All right, happy Wednesday night. It is December 3rd. This is the first time I have been on in weeks, but I'm really, really, really excited because I am about to play Saratoga, the great battles of the American Revolution. Um, and I've been waiting for this game for so long, it feels like, and I'm so excited that it's finally here. I got really into these hex-based Great Battles of the American Revolution series in grad school, and I haven't had a chance to play them as much since we've all graduated on our separate ways. And they have things like Vassal, and that's fine and whatnot. But when I saw that this company was going to start making this game and let you play against the computer and be able to play online against people and have the game handle all the rules. Because Vassal, you have to do everything yourself. Like you have to be able to do the movement, the dice rolls, all the things. This is just like streamlining it. I was so excited, and I waited, and this came out at midnight last night, and I played it longer than I probably should have, especially since I had work today and I had practice today. But now that I'm home from practice, I'm home from school, I'm going to sit down and play some Saratoga. So I'm so very excited for this one. Mm. I've played it a little bit already. I'm still getting used to the interface, but I am very excited. I hope you're excited too. I hope you are having a wonderful day. So let's go ahead here. I'm going to play it on this PC. I'm not ready to face human opponents yet. I'd rather just beat up the computer. Um, this it comes with several different scenarios. So if you don't know, it's a hex-based game designed to duplicate the Battle of Saratoga and all of its sort of fun complexities. And the main thing with it is it comes with a couple different scenarios. Sorry, I had to turn that music down. The fife and drum is fun, but after the like fourth time it cycles through, it starts to make my head spin. Um, it comes with a couple different scenarios. There's the battle for Freeman's Farm, which is sort of a standard scenario. There's the sort of famous like what happens if you attack the next day after Freeman's Farm. But the one that I think is the best is the campaign game. This is the one that takes the entire like 14 something turns of the game. And I love it because you start with the British on one side, just they've just entered the map and they have to figure out how to get to the American position and overrun it before the time runs out at the end of the day. So it's sort of a race against the clock. Um, can the British under John Burgoyne fulfill its goal, which was to get to Albany, where they thought they were going to hook up with other elements of the British Army in North America. Burgoyne was sort of expecting that units from Howe's army in New York City were going to be coming up the Hudson, while from Oswego, Barry St. Ledger was coming towards sort of modern day Rome, New York. St. Ledger gets stopped at Fort Stanwix, and Howe never bothers to come up the Hudson. Howe takes off south after Washington and goes for Philadelphia. So Burgoyne's all alone in North America, upstate New York, and doesn't know it. Um, so his goal is he's got to push through the American army and really get them out of his way to make it to the relative safety of Albany. Um, and so I think the British side of the campaign is much more fun. Um, and so yeah, Philip Schuyler's been kicked out of command of the American defenses. He's been considered too timid and such. Plus, there's some like old Dutch versus Anglo, resentment happening there. But anyway, it's a separate issue. Um, General Gates and Benedict Arnold have been sent up to take command. Gates and Arnold have a very different understanding of how this battle is to be fought. Gates wants to plant himself on good ground and make the British come to him, whereas Arnold wants to carry the fight to the British, especially on these narrow wooded roads that cut through upstate New York. There's not a lot of options for the British to travel on. And for Benedict Arnold, he wants to hit the Americans. He's the Americans. He wants to hit the British as they are like moving through the forest before they can bring their proper heavy artillery to bear on a prepared American defenses. And it ends up being a like Gates gets so frustrated with Arnold that he's like, just do whatever you want on your side of the army, but you're not using any of my side. So the right wing of the American army basically stays planted along an incredibly beautiful set of defenses designed by a Polish engineer at Bemis Heights. Whereas on the left wing, Arnold sort of carries his men forward into flatter, low-lying ground, dotted with trees and so forth, and really takes the fight to the British and ends up covering himself in glory. He does suffer some casualties. He's low on supplies at the end of the day, but the British have suffered too. And what they had hoped would be a straightforward brushing the Americans out of the way has not happened. Um, and then sort of the rest is history. Burgoyne believes that he's getting a message that there's reinforcements on the way, so he just sort of sits and waits. And in fact, it's the exact opposite. He's all alone, and the American side is constantly gaining reinforcements. And so as September turns into October, he's finding himself increasingly isolated and cut off in upstate New York, low on supplies, no hope of reinforcement. He tries one more attempt to push through the Americans, but the American defenses are ready for them. And thanks to the arrival of new militias and other local units, Gates has Burgoyne outnumbered 2-1 at this point now. Burgoyne tries to withdraw, makes it as far as modern-day Schuylerville, where he's surrounded and he gives up his entire army, rather than try and fight his way back to Canada. And he probably saves the lives of most of his soldiers by doing that, but this is a huge blow to the British war effort in North America. I mean, it takes an entire army, like, clean off the board for the British. So I'm going to try the British campaign here. I'm really excited for this one. Let's see how it goes. All right, let's see. There it goes. All right. All right, some game interface reminders. Yep, question marks allow me to open in-game help menus. There actually is a button. By clicking on it, we'll open up scenario details, etc. Anytime there's 2 or more units stacked, the little button serves as a preset, as a little preset like thing to click. This is the one thing I saw in the forums. Some people are a little... It's kind of janky to have to like click the box to then click a unit in the box and then bring it back to the... Like, it'd be so much nicer if you could hover over a stack and have it like expand or something. Literally anything else. But it works. Like, I don't want to be too critical. It does work. It's just a little like... Especially if you're in a complicated fight with multiple units going different directions, it's okay. All right. Artillery present. And so you can tab through a stack, but like sometimes it's still be nice to be able to like rotate through. All right, different things. WASD moves the map, mouse wheel. Good. The start of turn 1. Only the British may do anything. And there's fog. So it's 8 a.m. and there's fog. This is going to be one of those random number things that can affect the game, because I only have 12 turns to make it to my objectives. And if you lose the whole first turn as the British, like, ouch, like that's 1/12 of your movement gone right there. Alternatively, there's moderate fog, which doesn't stop you from moving, but it takes away your strategic road movement. So you can't march on the road, you can only walk. And again, that just slows you down, but we'll see. First turn, what's the happening? Moderate fog. All right, so I can move, I just can't march. So I'll take it. All right, I have the initiative here. So here I am. Here's the British stack. There's good old Burgoyne right there. I've got 25 strength points worth of units in this stack. The max you can have is 6, so I'm going to have to obviously spread these men out. Where my objectives are over here. Now, there's victory points to be had by securing this nice low-lying staging area here, Freeman Farm. But I'm not after just victory points. I want to outright crush and destroy the American army in order to open up the river road to Albany, right? My supplies need to move down the Hudson River along with me, and I've got troops coming. Like, we need to be marching on this road to Albany. So I need the Americans out of my way. To do that, I really have to do one of three things. Got to get parade order units into Fort Nielsen here, or over here, um, up here at Bemis Tavern, which is one of the headquarters, or I need to break American morale and get it to 0. Um, the morale in this game is a huge factor. If you've ever played the GMT Hex games, you know that. And so at the beginning, both sides have relatively high morale, but as you start to suffer casualties, your morale will drop. Once it starts to hit a certain level, you'll start suffering penalties to combat, and then it's almost impossible to come back. So you need to keep yourself from getting there. All right, so first things first, let's get on the move. Right, so this is what happens if you click the thing. It pops open this whole thing. But from here, I can click a unit, and then it gives me my movement options. As you can see, I can try walking through the woods, but that doesn't really do much for me. I want to be on the roads so that I can take advantage of that strategic movement. And there are some decent road options if you're the British. There's a crossroads section here that heads up towards the ravine and then down into Freeman's Farm. Alternatively, if I swing this way, it's a little bit farther, but it would let me move my units in sort of separate columns that could converge at the same time. Otherwise, everyone is just stacked up on the road, not able to help each other. And then, of course, I should also send troops down the river road itself, because if the Americans happen to take this spot here by the Wilbur Basin, I basically auto-lose, because the Americans are in my rear, they're capturing my supply train. That's no good. So troops sent along the river are really helpful because it keeps the American defenders here on Bemis Heights honest. All right. Well, I guess technically this is more Bemis Heights. This is the River Road defenses. But these are formidable. Historically, the British never assaulted these. I like to try it now and then, but only after American morale is like wavering. So we're going to do what we can down here to sort of crack American morale. Now, these dark blue units are largely confined to this side of these yellow dotted perimeter. And that's because General Gates, who has the overall command, and General Lincoln, who has the right wing of the army, are very much of the strategy that they want to wait and let the British come to them. Benedict Arnold has much more flexibility. Arnold's troops, which are these very light teal here, sort of light blue, like a powdery blue, I guess teal's the wrong word, forgive me. They are free to move out with certain restrictions. He still has to garrison these little spaces here that have the little stacked arms on them. If he voluntarily abandons those, they give up victory points to the British, which is no good. So we'll be curious to see how many units the computer chooses to send to try contest, Freeman's Farm. Historically, Arnold sends out these two gentlemen here, Morgan and Dearborn, and they sort of are setting up ambushes, light troops moving quickly, and then as the fighting intensifies, he commits more and more of his wing to that battle. So we'll see. We'll see. All right. So here's my first group. We'll get the Grenadiers out in front where they belong. I like to stack them with a pretty useless unit. So let's get Jessup's people here going. Good. All right. The Earl. He can move through the woods without it bothering him. You can see how those light troops, they're not slowed down by woods the same way as parade order units are. So I'm going to have them start... who do I want to send with them? I'll send the Ottawa with them. Queen's Loyal Rangers. Come up this way. Ooh, I don't think I like that. We're going to Control Z. Control Z. Yep, bring it back there. Have them come down this way and keep them a little closer to the road. I got some Jaegers. You come up, because I'm going to use you. I like to send my Jaegers along the road, and not my Jaegers, but my Hessians along the road, of which the Jaegers are a part, and then everyone else can come this way. All right, so let's see here. Ugh, there's tons of these units that are like 4 strength point. They're so frustrating because you can't have more than 6 in a space. So anything that's a 4 is kind of like, if I had 2 3s, that would be perfect, and the Americans have tons of that. I have a bunch of guys that are 4s, so it's like I can't stack them with anybody else. It's incredibly frustrating. All right, just press. Oh. You can press the space bar, but there's a weird glitch right now where if the last thing you did was hide units, hitting the space bar not only ends the guy's turn, it also hides your units. So we're going to try and fix that. All right, unit move complete. And now... Okay, it no longer hides my units. All right, let's get the heavy artillery going, because that's going to take a long time to walk along the roads. Ditto with the light German guns here. Fraser's Rangers, you get out there. Fraser himself, I want you going with the... I want you going with the column here. And then you go ahead and escort the guns. All right. I got more artillery, so you go there. You're going to go with him. You're going to go with him. You I've got plans for. You're going to go that way. You're going to go that way. All right. And Burgoyne himself, you're going to come down here and help escort this column. So we got our guys somewhat in position. Anyone who starts and ends on a road can move double their movement allowance, so that's going to let me get these guys moving quickly here, assuming there isn't more fog next turn. My light units are making some progress through the woods. I'm going to get them to roads and then split them up and get them moving. And then I've got a couple guys going down the river road, but I've got more reinforcements incoming soon. I got more reinforcements coming soon. So 7 new units coming on next turn, a few more after that, etc. All right. All right. And if you do like doing all this yourself, there's some really great, like, the map key from the game is included. All the, like, player aids are nice and convenient. It breaks down what you're looking at on the icons, how different combat tables work, range things to hit. The close combat one is just, I'm so glad the computer automates this, because going through these point by point is just, it gets tedious. You get the hang of it, but it's tedious. All right. All right. I think that's it for Britain. Yes, we're done. No disrupted or shattered people that need to be done. There's no defensive artillery fire. Pressing that doesn't really accept that. Okay, rifle fire is skipped. There's no attacks to declare. Turn 2. Again, only the British can move, so here we go. This turn, we'll see the severity of the fog. I'm going to get von Radiesel and 6 other German units that are going to enter at hex 2031. Moderate fog. Ah, that actually really stinks. I was hoping for no fog. Go ahead and place them all. Done. Okay, here we go. Alright, Grenadiers. You made it as far as the crossroads. How wonderful. Still going so slow. You get up there. You follow him. Alright, let's get the artillery out front, of course. Prince Ludwig. So there's a variant on this game where the Prince Ludwig unit is not in the condition it currently is, mainly because they didn't go to lose the Battle of Bennington. All right, Burgoyne sends some of his German troops to capture supplies from Bennington, and they're actually intercepted by American militias and surprisingly defeated by New Yorkers and other units. And so you can play a variant of this where you actually have a much more powerful Prince Ludwig unit. But yeah, you basically the Americans have to agree to let the British player use this unit. All right, there we go. There's von Radiesel's own. Let's get them out front. You can go ahead and get there. You go ahead and go with your own men. Prince Ludwig, you should be stiffened by being placed with your commander. Ooh, you're light troops. You get up there, and you follow along. Okay, exciting things are happening here. We're really making moves. All right, you come on up. Hold on. Do I want to block the road like that? What happens if I just keep going? Yeah, I'm going to have enough trouble getting over. The road movement is really nice, but you've got a little bit of a problem here because the bridge has been cut by the Americans, so this becomes a bottleneck of trying to get across it. I'm honestly going to send my light troops to just cross the ravine somewhere else, so I'm not going to have them try and jump on the road. All right, there's that. Oh, hello, Dr. Riley, secret admirer. Her. How are you? All right, got my light units moving here. They can jump on the road. Okay, Fraser. Actually, why don't you go on ahead with them? I'll have Burgoyne take over overall command of the column here. I'll send Fraser ahead with the light troops. Get Walker's artillery moving. Keep it going, keep it going. All right, the artillery moves slower than everything else, so you end up in these situations where the infantry will outpace it, but as long as you can keep the guns on the roads, it's okay. I'm trying to remember which is faster. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 versus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. All right, it's definitely faster to go this way. I'll send most of the artillery up that direction and not deal with... I'll have more of my infantry swing around this way. Because if I can, I want to hit the Americans from two sides. You're great. I'm also great. Thank you kindly for asking. All right, nothing else for the British to move, so no disrupted or things. Moderate fog. Rifle fire skipped. No attacks. All right, this time the Americans start with initiative. They finally get to do something, and then I will get a turn afterwards. Nothing on Gates' wing, which is the dark blue, can move north or west of the Bemis Heights line until they are released. They get released if I move British units too close. So if I want to keep the Americans on their defenses, I can't approach too close, and that matters. While I'm trying to, what I want to do is demonstrate in front of the American position, but not give them an excuse to counterattack. While let my other guys who are going to swing over towards Freeman Farm deal with Benedict Arnold. The American player must garrison those hexes I mentioned. Otherwise, they're giving up VPs. And I am going to get more of my German units on the board this turn. One of my really good German units this turn. So here comes the Americans. If I could be any animal, what animal would I be? I don't know. I think house cats have it pretty good. I could see myself as a house cat. I think a long hair one, because then it would be, like, ironic, you know? Oh, okay. The Americans are making some moves. They're moving Morgan's rifles and Dearborn's light infantry up near the farm. They're going to sit at that spot in the woods right where the roads converge. Oh, hold on. We're going to push up the 1st New Hampshire. Not we, the Americans. Here comes the 2nd New Hampshire. And the 4th New York. Okay. 2nd Mass. He's rearranging some of his militia to cover the garrison requirements he has to do. All right. All right. Oh, gosh. More people are moving. You see me more like a hairless Egyptian cat? I don't think I like that. Ugh. Those things are horrifying. I'm far too adorable. I would be a long-haired cat. All right, there's no disrupted units. There's no defensive artillery fire because his units aren't close enough to any of my cannons. Don't have to worry about that. There's no possible rifle attacks, so there's no close combat. Hey, now it's my turn. Go ahead and... Oh, that Herb Prince unit is so powerful. All right. You're trying your best to understand what's happening, and it's not clicking. So this is a board game about the Battle of Saratoga, which is, just up the road from school. And I am planning on taking students there as part of Jestermester. And one of the great things is that since this has been digitized and made available, students in my Jestermester are going to have a chance to play this to get a sense of what was happening at Saratoga before I take them up and to see the actual locations where one of the most important battles of the American Revolution took place. So the quick what you need to know is that I am playing as Britain. I'm trying the ahistorical thing of actually winning the Battle of Saratoga, whereas historically the Americans won. And I'm doing that by trying to get all my guys across the map, but it's been slow going because there's been fog. I've been bogged down by the fog. So yes, that's what we're up to right now. All right, let's get going here. Now look at how much farther I can move this turn, because now that there's no fog, my guys can just sort of throw their rifles up on their shoulders and really march. They can march over these roads. Versus if I try to just have him walk through the woods, I make it like 1 or 2 spaces. If I go on the roads here, that's 8 hexes of movement. Now we're getting somewhere. Now we're making some progress. All right. General Burgoyne's going to go with the Grenadiers along with the Jessup's Corps here. I always like to put some of my really bad units to get stiffened by the good ones. Like there's the Grenadiers. All right, let's see here. You also follow that way. You follow. One thing I wish I could do was move an entire stack at the same time. I don't know if there's a way to do that. No, I can only move them one at a time. I guess that's technically correct, but it's a little frustrating. All right, artillery ought to come this way because this is the fastest route to get where it needs to go. All right, move the artillery up the road. I'll send some guns south too. Why not? Whoa, whoa, whoa! That's the wrong unit. Get back there. Get back there. Click undo. Click undo. Click undo. There we go. Oh, that's a terrible thing. I don't like that. Yeah, I'll just make it do that. All right. Burgoyne's got what? 6, 12, 15. I'll send another 4. All right. Now up here we got some things going on. Let's see what I can accomplish here. All right. The Earl's going to end up blocking the road, so I should wait on him. He can make it as far as there. Second guessing myself now. I'm going to have them move and swing up this road here out of the way. All right, get my German troops coming up here. Get my nice German artillery going. Oh, he'll catch. Look at how quick he is on those roads. He'll catch right up in no time. Got some nice German guys going here. All right. My Jaegers and my Chaucers are already across. Who hasn't moved yet? People in this stack haven't moved yet. Fraser himself, the Queen's Loyal Rangers. Fraser. All right, all right. So let's see. He's got 6 strength points there. I've got 8 here. Plus, I'm going to get my... I've got a leader here. He has not detached Arnold from his command yet. That's interesting. He's got Morgan out here as a demi-leader, but that's not the same thing. Who have I not moved? Who have I not moved? Nobody, it looks like. I think I got everybody. All right. All right, we'll call it. Let's see what happens. No disrupted or shattered units. No possible rifle attacks. There's no close combats. All right, it's turn 4. We're a third of the way through, and I'm nowhere near the American position. Thanks, Fog. No units from Gates Wing can move north or west of the Bemis Heights line until they're released. That's still true. That's still true. I'm going to get General Phillips and 3 more units this turn. This is the first turn where we have to roll for initiative. This is probably one of the more random parts of the game, is because who goes first does matter. But I only have that 1 momentum chip, and they're very useful. I don't want to waste it. All right, Americans are going first. Let's see what they choose to do with that initiative. Up. All right. All right. Oh, yep. They're blocking the road. They're blocking the road from the west here. So as I'm moving south and start to turn east towards Freeman's Farm, they're sitting on the only 2 roads. That's going to be... Well, it's not a bad thing as long as I can create, opportunities for mismatched fights. There's no such thing as a fair fight in war. I want to create as unfair a fight as possible. Ugh. All right, let's see if I can get him across the way. Here's that bottleneck with that destroyed bridge. It's just slowing me down. All right, now I've got my Jaegers here. I'm going to push them up this way. You go with him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I can't make it to Morgan's rifles for a fight. But I can get myself set up for a good one. So I'm going to move my light troops here a little closer. I'm going to keep them together. I don't like letting units get isolated and surrounded. All right. I'm going to have some of my guys start to swing around the flanks here. Others are going to stack up behind the position I already have. Let's get my artillery going. You get zipping down here. I need you closer to the front. You come here. And you come out here. There's no Americans anywhere near here. I can move these guys pretty safely. All right. All right. Grenadiers. Let's get right to the edge. All right. We're about to face off with some Americans. Not yet, but soon. See how they've created this block. They've got the road stuck. Plus, I've got this 1 unit of Germans all down here by themselves. Whoops, it's fine. I'll get them back to where they belong eventually. All right, all right. Morgan's guys are here. I want to capture or kill these guys as best I can. I think it's interesting that he clearly set himself up to bring more troops out, and then he didn't. He got these guys pushed down here, but like, what is that? 2, 6, 9. There's like 12 more strength points he could be pushing into the fight that he's not. Not sure what the AI is up to here. All right, I'm out. There's no artillery fire. There's no rifle attacks. There's no close combat. So turn 5. Yep. The American player must garrison these hexes. I do get some more reinforcements, but they're actually super inconvenient. It's guys who are floating down the river. They decide to land right in the middle of where all my Germans are. So it's just going to create a bottleneck. Not spending any of my chips. I've won the initiative. Okay, here we go. Have I been practicing my Chinese? Sure. Yes, I have. In fact, 2 nights ago, Qian Tian, Wa Shui Le, Qin. Ooh, they don't know the word for words. But I learned 2 nights ago. I learned new words, and particularly learned about like longevity noodles and how it's a thing to have long noodles on someone's birthday. There's Shangri in order to celebrate a long life and to wish them well and prosperity and happiness. So that was really cool. That was fun. Nina, have you been practicing your Zhongwen? All right, I'm not placing any of this nonsense. It's just gonna get in the way and cause problems. All right, I think I can make it this far. Whoops, I went 1 step too far. All right, that would cause the release of the Americans. They'd be free to come counterattack me, and I don't want that yet. I want time to get my men in position. Yep, all right, too far, too far. Darn it, I did it again. Okay. Not as much as you should be. Boo-how. Boo-how. I mean, what am I saying? I'm just doing it for fun. You should do your classes. All right. Oh, I made it across the river. Come on. Keep going. Keep going. Get out of the way. Ugh. All right, there. I got my Germans across the basin. Oh, next turn I can plop some more British reinforcements right there, coming by boat, and then they'll be in position. Now the question is, what do I do about these pesky Americans here? Every unit extends around it what's called a zone of influence, or is it a zone of control? They call them different things in different games. But basically, units that enter that have to basically stop. So my goal is I want to create an uneven fight here as best I can. So I want to see what I can do to make that happen. Not much. So, okay. My Grenadiers are going to move forward. Jessup is going to move forward. Burgoyne's going to go with him. You gentlemen are going to go there. You're going to go with him. Even odd battles in this game are not your friend. Like, if you've got 6 strength points, I shouldn't be attacking you with 6. You want to have twice as many, 3 times as many. So you want to look for opportunities to create uneven fights as much as possible. And so that's what I'm setting up here. Now, I want to see if I can't try and, like, get some units around this guy. I'm going to go like this. Wow, he can make it pretty far. All right, I'm not ready for him yet. Let's go this way. Let's get some artillery here. Let's get you here. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so this guy could make it as far down as there. My light troops could actually cover a lot of ground. The nice thing about forest is zones of control can't extend into forest. So even though this guy is both a rifleman and has a zone of control, it does not penetrate deeper into the woods. I can move by without technically getting stopped. All right, so he's got 6 strength points. I now have 12. But wait, there's more. I can do better. We're going to put this behind him. So this cuts off retreat routes for him because his... Have you recently gotten the feeling that you forgot to set up a meeting with someone? It's funny you say that. I feel like I have. That's my bad. Mea culpa. That's my bad. Whoops. All right, I'm going to cut off his retreat this way. Don't want him getting out of here if I can help it. Got some artillery. We're going to push them forward. Oh, no, wait. That's the wrong guns. That's the wrong guns. They're supposed to be going a different direction. Yeah. He's supposed to be going this way. Get him going this way. He's moved. Alright, you come this way. Alright, so we got Fraser leading the attack against Morgan. Burgoyne himself is down here leading the fight against the New Hampshire men. And that's it. That's wood, everybody. Now we'll get to some actual... It's 5 turns into the game. Now we'll get to some actual combat. Here we go. Alright, no disruption or shattered units. I don't have any possible rifle attacks, but the Americans do. Let's see what they shoot at. They're shooting at the Earl, but they missed. Okay. That's huge for me, because one of the things that rifle fire can do is if it's too intense, units can back off. So right before my fight, I might have lost one of my 5 strength units, which just, whew. All right, good. This is the other nice thing is that when you play the game, you have to set up, what's that? I'm going to snooze an ad break. Nobody needs to see a fresh ad from me. One of the things that you can do is you have to designate all your combats, but the game takes care of it automatically for you. So in this case, right, all these guys have to attack, so it just automatically sets it up for me. I don't have to go through the process. And in each case, I've got them 2-to-1. That's not enough to guarantee victory, but it's nice. So okay, that's it for combats. Done. Now, as the attacker, I get to decide which one we do first. Let's start down here with... yeah, let's resolve Burgoyne's first. You have to choose which unit is your lead unit. So I'm going to have my Grenadiers take the command because they get that little +2. They're a very high morale, high discipline unit, so they're going in. All right. So the Grenadiers are leading against the 1st New Hampshire. 2-to-1 odds with a +2 modifier as the attacker. What I now get to do is pick tactics. This is one of those moments where it's like, it can affect the die roll modifier somewhat. Everyone has access to 4 basic tactics. You can skirmish, you can attack an echelon, you can stand fast, or you can withdraw. And what that does is different depending upon what your opponent does. So if I pick skirmish, and he picks skirmish, there's no change. If I pick skirmish and he chooses to stand fast, I actually get a -1 to my attack roll because my tactic is not very effective against him. If I skirmish and he withdraws, that NC means no combat. He literally gets away. And so there's other options. Attack on echelon will work well against everything except skirmish. If I stand fast, it's okay. But if he withdraws, he gets away. Now, because I have a leader with me and he doesn't, well, so I have a leader. I get access to 4 other different abilities that are much more dynamic than the basic 4. He can only play one of those basic 4. So I get to choose from these 8 and decide which is the right move for me. So, for example, I could try a frontal assault. If he skirmishes or withdraws, I'm going to get a huge bonus. But if he stands his ground... I actually suffer a penalty, but not much of one. I could commit my reserves, but the only options he has available to him actually hurt me, so that's no good. Now I could try to outflank him. I have an empty flank, and I've got this. If he attacks me on echelon or if he stands fast, I'm going to get big bonuses. If he skirmishes, I'll lose a little bit to my die roll. So, you know, I got different options. Then this does me no good. This is like, if I'm under attack, I want this. I'm going to try and turn the New Hampshire's flank. So let's go. Ugh, he chose skirmish, so I actually lose one to my die roll. My attacker lead unit morale, my attacking leader. So my overall net attack is a +1. We're pinned. This means that we're basically stuck in combat. What do the first three mean? Wait, the first three what? The first three what? I'm happy to explain, but which one? So the first three, I'm trying to think of what things could be. Let's see, it's pinned. I don't want to accept this result. I don't want to accept this result. And because I have momentum, I can actually basically force a reroll. Okay, that's a little better. Instead of just getting pinned in place. Oh, what do the first three mean? So there was skirmish, there's attack on echelon, there's stand fast, or was it like hold fast, and then there's withdraw. Those are different tactics that you can use against your opponent. So it's just another way to modify the dice that's rolled. Combat comes down to a single die roll. Everything else is modifiers. So there's terrain modifiers. There's modifiers for how many men you have versus your opponent. I've got Burgoyne, who gives a slight modifier on the attack. My guy has a +2 to his morale versus the New Hampshire guy. Like, if the American morale had been wavering, there's all these different modifiers. And he actually out tactically played me. I chose a tactic that doesn't work well against the one he chose, so I suffered a little penalty. If I had just done a frontal assault like I had originally planned, instead of a -1, I'd be getting a +2 right now. That's a 3-point swing. But I was able to force the New Hampshire men to retreat. Now, the other unit has to pass a morale check to see whether they also retreat or if they hold their ground. They hold their ground, so the second New Hampshire guys are here. All right, so that's one combat down. Not very decisive. Nothing much really happened. One unit retreated, but like that doesn't affect army morale. This is kind of, yeah. Let's see what's happening over here. I'll have my 21st Fusiliers go in. All right, so same deal. Morgan technically is a leader. He could use any of these abilities. He could use any of these. If he skirmishes or stand fast, this won't do much for me. But if he does any of the more advanced things, I'll have the upper hand. I'm going to try committing my reserves. Okay, so commit reserve versus attack on echelon doesn't do anything. I have lead unit morale, die roll, an extra modifier from my commanding general. I'm attacking a rifled unit. I'm attacking a surrounded defender, but his lead morale is quite good. So my overall, it's a +2. I rolled a 3, gets me to a 5. I've basically forced him to retreat. However, he can't retreat because I surrounded him, meaning I captured him. This is grand, and I'm so glad someone got to see it, because this is probably one of the single best units the Americans have on the board, and it got captured. Now, Dearborn, on the other hand, managed to pass his morale check. That's good for him. However, the Americans just lost morale because of their unit getting captured, and I just gained morale for having captured a unit. Now, 13 to 15, that's, that's nothing. But if it drops much lower for the Americans, they'll start to have a morale penalty, and then it will really start to swing. So let's see here. British can conduct a defensive artillery fire by picking units and a single target. Wait, he didn't move anything? He didn't move a single unit. Did he seriously not move anything? Did I like stun him into completely like freezing? Okay, well, some of you are going to get to see how close range artillery works, I guess, because Walker's guns are about to blast this guy. The target unit is disrupted and must retreat 3 hexes. However, it is captured because it was not able to complete a legal retreat. So, what just happened for the Americans is they suffered a -1 morale for the disruption, which is recoverable if the unit rallies, you get the morale back. But they don't get the chance to try because disrupted units have to retreat. He didn't have a legal retreat place because of the zones of control, so he's straight up captured. So I just took 6 American strength points clean off the board, including a very powerful 3 strength point rifle unit. Freeman's Farm is mine. There's no Americans north of the Middle Branch Creek here. Why? I don't know. I'm not sure what exactly these folks are waiting for, but this is a very, very good start for the British. I don't think I have any other... No, I don't have any other artillery that can conduct fire. It's all too far from the lines. Okay. There's no rifle attacks. So here's the other pieces that units that are adjacent to each other have to fight. The 2nd New Hampshire has to launch an attack against this behemoth stack. So 3 attacking 12. Great. I think I'll let my Grenadiers handle this one. He can only choose skirmish, attack, and echelon, stand fast, but he could potentially withdraw. He could offer the withdraw option, so even if I like stand fast and wait for him, he might get away. I don't think I want that. So I think I'm just going to attack him. I'm going straight in. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. He chose to skirmish, which basically means he spread out his men in a long, thin line. He's just kind of like peppering at me, and I just gathered everybody into the middle and pushed right through. A frontal assault by the Grenadiers does 2 step losses to the 2nd New Hampshire. A step loss basically means you've damaged the unit, so you'd flip it over. 2-step loss means you have to damage it twice, so you flip it over once and then kill it for the second one. I'm not going to spend any momentum. This is as good. I mean, he rolled a 0 with a -5 modifier. It doesn't get better than that. That's fantastic. I mean, if you ever want to see the breakdown of like, here's how the odds work, right? A 1-to-1 fight could literally go either way. You don't want to fight 1-on-1. Never fight fair. Get 2-to-1, 3-to-1, because here, even if you roll badly, you're still going to be doing a little bit better. So, oh man. The 2nd New Hampshire has been eliminated. Oh, okay. And watch it. This is happening right now. Like, right here. The British Army is maxed at 15 morale. It can't go any higher. But the Americans have slid into morale 9, which means their morale as a whole is starting to waver. They're losing a +1 modifier to their initiative rolls, meaning I'm more likely to go first. And now, all combats, they're getting a -1 to their morale, which means I'm more likely to win combats, which then means I'm more likely to cause their morale to go down. Like, the domino effect is starting. And we're halfway through the battle, right? We're on turn 6 of 12. This is shaping up well. All right. All right. I don't want to spend any chits for this. Americans got the initiative. Americans didn't move anything. I feel like that AI needs a little bit of work. I'm shocked that they're not moving anything. Do I have anything that can even fire? No, I don't. Like, if anything, why he didn't withdraw this guy, I have no idea. All right, well, it's the British's turn. All right, those guys get placed. Done. Ah, all right, all right. Nice. All right, that German artillery has been reunited with his fellows. And now, basically, my goal is to set myself up so that I can begin the attack on Fort Nielsen here in a way that's going to hurt them the most. I think I want my light units to swing down this road a bit, kind of walk through the woods, and be able to come up this road behind the American position, while the rest of Burgoyne's men all just stack up here by Chatfield Farm and press this way. That's what we're aiming for right now. All right, the fight in 9th. All right, we're gonna start sort of stacking units across the river here. Let's get the artillery as far forward as I can, as I try to bring these guns to bear on these units here in the woods. Ugh. All right. Nope, wait a minute. What's happening? I clicked the wrong guy too soon. No. Stay where I put you. There we go. Say the 1st New Hampshire is pretty well caught. I don't think that's I'm gonna take a screenshot of that because it's just they're not getting out of here. All right. You get over here. You get over here. I'm gonna have Fraser go with you all. Queen Zone, Fraser's Rangers, Fusiliers. Why don't you go? Just in case the Americans counterattack at the river, let's put a leader out there to help protect it. Infantry recruits, you're going to come down this way. You're going to take over garrisoning Freeman Farm. Artillery, you're going to be so useful. You don't even know it yet. You don't even know it yet. It's going to be so good. All right. All right. So, okay, halfway through the thing, I am halfway across the map, closing in on my real objective here, the American position. They are not doing something that makes sense. I wonder if the game's a little bugged here, or if it's just like a hang up, because I can't believe that they didn't move after I captured their guys. That's just nonsensical to me. All right. I'm not willing to press this way just yet. Their morale is cracking a little, but it's not down enough. Yep, there's no rifle attacks. All right, yeah, let's do it. 4-on-1 attack. Let's resolve it. Go, Grenadiers, go. It's a +3 before the tactics chip. All right, it's going to cause 1 step loss. All right. Start of turn 7. It's just reminding me what my objectives are. So, the British have won the initiative. All right. I think I'm just going to get these guys on the road and just sort of like have the expectation that this is going to work, so that I can finish him off. And then American morale is sinking. It's sinking. So I want to get myself set up here. You occupy Freeman's Farm. I'm not going for a score objective today. I am going to try and capture either Fort Nielsen or Bemis Tavern. But if I fall short, I want to have the victory points for the end score. Yeah, I'm going to have them cut across and come up this road. Natives, you go with him. All right. I got a great elevated position here, and I've got a nice spot for my artillery to start blasting at this guy in the woods. Let's see if we can't cause him some discomfort and grief. What are my other light units up to? He's going there. Okay, good. You go up with him. You follow. If I can get my other guns posted up on this hill, I can really start just blasting away at these pesky Americans. All right. You Grenadiers actually, I think, are in fine enough shape. I'm going to have you march north and join the other Germans. I don't need you down here. All right. More artillery's on its way to bear. I mean, can you have too many guns? I don't know. I don't know. All right, I'm not going to move these other guys because they're basically, everyone's just waiting for the kill. All right. 2 chasseurs have rejoined the Jaegers. That's too close, too close. I don't want to unleash the Americans quite yet. He's going to go there. Nice big heavy artillery, but it's part of my, like, floating navy, so they have to stay within 2 hexes of the road. So they can't just, like, go wandering wherever they want. And they're not, like, the best troops ever, but, you know, it's a decent artillery piece. It'd be nice to use it to, like, crack some of these defenses, especially when I combine it with the, German guns I already have. All right. 12 units capable of moving. Oh, right, because I didn't move them and I didn't move half my Germans. Yeah, that's okay, that's okay. No disrupted or round units. There's no rifle fire. There is only close combat. All right, Grenadiers, keep going. There's no point in being subtle here. Let's just go for it. Oh, he made the worst possible choice. He chose to skirmish against a frontal assault by British Grenadiers. Oh my gosh. Even if I didn't already have a great roll on a great table, I mean, I'm rolling on this table. I would have to literally roll a 0 just to get a retreat. Oh, but wait, I get +6 to my dice rolls, so that would become, even a 0 turns into a disruption on the enemy. Have more men than your opponent. That is how you win. I will accept this roll. I see no reason to deal with fate, and Bam! The 1st New Hampshire is dead. Caught in a vicious crossfire. They're just chopped to pieces. Let's see. Who's going to advance into the space? Nobody. Nobody. The Americans didn't move anybody again. I think the AI's bugged. This is way too easy. Oh, I missed. I missed. Total strength with a range of 2. I rolled a 6. Ah. Alright, alright. Do I have any other defensive artillery fire? I don't. No rifle attacks. Alright, it's turn 8. We're into the last third of the battle here. Now, what I'm curious... Alright, if I do that, it's going to cause the release. That's going to cause the release of... Ah! Okay, he can go up there and it won't cause a problem. Alright, the Earl and friends are on their way to the road that runs up behind the American position. My goal is to have them pop out right here somewhere around 1305. Keep bringing these guns towards the front. Move that beautiful British artillery up there. Excellent. Alright. Ah, my Germans are just waiting. They're waiting. If I can get a little bit of damage down here and crack the morale a bit more, I will push all along the line, because I think the Americans are ready to break. They're shaking in their pants. Alright. Well, he didn't get to move very far. Alright, I don't have any units I've forgotten about back there. My Germans are so ready. They've showing enormous restraint. There are no combats. Gates's wing did not release, and the Americans didn't move. Again. Oh, okay, here we go. This combined British artillery just caused a step loss on the 4th New York. So the 4th New York just got hurt. That is great news for me, because now it is really... that's the lead element here for their defense, and that is bad. Turn 9. I'm gonna release Gates's wings on this turn. I'm going in. Oh, Americans have won the initiative? I mean, I guess I'm just gonna keep firing with my artillery. He had to retreat and he chose there? Of all the places he could have gone, he chose to go there? Fascinating. Yep, I know. I'm coming out, but I'm coming out basically behind the Americans' lines with my light troops and Fraser here. All right, so I got 8 strength points coming this way. Let's see, does he have artillery here? He does. He's got Hodson, but he's firing at me in the woods. 1, 2, 3, and I'm 3 away. We're going up there. Push some artillery a little closer to the American line so that more artillery can come up. Let's get the Grenadiers back where they belong, up at the front. Get the 62nd foot behind them. All right. The infantry recruits are going to stay and secure the farm. We're gonna absolutely overrun the 4th New York. Like, that's not even gonna be a thing that's worth talking about after this. Now, elsewhere, where can I cause the most trouble? I'm gonna push my Jaegers with their rifles forwards. Some artillery into position that can do some damage. Hey, my Grenadiers caught up with everyone else. All right. We're going to push past Mill Creek here, and we're going to put pressure on the South Branch. And we'll see if the computer actually moves anybody this time. Maybe they'll just... Maybe this person's asleep at the wheel. I was expecting more of a challenge. I'm waiting for a challenge here. All right, we got some artillery. All right. Defensive artillery. Hodson shot at the Earl and missed. Got a miss. No possible rifle attacks. Yep, we got that. 4-on-1. That's the only combat. Resolve it. Let's have the Fighting Ninth lead the way. I got +3 before. Two-step loss. Oh my gosh. All right, so the 4th New Yorkers are dead. The American morale has entered the final stages. He's suffering a -2 to all close combats now. Um, this is all but over. There's just the American morale is just. Oh my gosh, he's finally moving. He's actually moving soldiers. Am I gonna have a fight on my hands? Wait, that's the only thing he did? That's the only thing he did? One weird attack like that? No, I got no line of sight. Okay. Yep, there's no line of sight there. A 6-on-6 at the edge of the woods? Weird. But what about up here? I think I got something up here I can use. Bingo. Yeah, that's really good. I don't think this guy's got the line of sight. Ah, we missed. Yeah, it's a 1v1. Interesting. Alright, so he's the attacker. He's at a -3 before we even get to combat. He doesn't have a leader in range, so he can't use... He attacks in echelon. Ooh, alright. I turned his flank while he was attacking in echelon, so that works out well for me. His lead unit, his army morale, I have a guy. So he's at a -1 on his roll. That's a step loss. And the Light Dragoons failed their morale check, so they're falling back. British player's turn. There's the Polish engineer whose men designed all the fortifications. There's General Gates himself. I'd love to capture him if I could. Oh, if I push up here, I'm going to have a huge fight with a bunch of enemy. I don't want to give away morale if I can help it. There's no reason to, like, interrupt my opponent when he's making so many mistakes. He left a little gap, and I just slid right through. All right, got a bunch of snuck a couple guys across the river, have outflanked this position. Oh boy! Now, if he accidentally succumbs to artillery fire, he's going to be in big trouble because he has nowhere to retreat to. But my morale is high enough that I can take a beating if I have to. You know, it was a bold strategy, slipping through there like that. Plus, look at his uniform; he looks awesome. All right. Who else? Oh yeah, all these folk down here. Um, I got these artillery that I still can't use yet. Push it up to the front. Okay, I think that's it. I'm done. 4 units that can still move. Oh, I got him. Oh, I didn't move any of them. Yeah, it's fine. Oh, defensive artillery fire. They missed. They missed. They missed. Oh, they hit. Uh-oh. Yeah, it's one of those weird things where they drove me out of position, but I'm still nearby. Okay. No rifle attacks. No rifle attacks. All right, now we got to pick some close combats. There's 13 attackers and 4 separate defenders that have got to get attacked. Oh, no, wait. I gotta cancel that one. This is like where it gets kind of annoying. All right, 11 fighting 6. That's 3-2. It's 3-2. Down here, I got a 4-1 advantage. I'm allowed to do a diversion. Yeah, those men are suffering a diversion. They're not going to be much good. Attack. Okay. No unassigned attackers. No defenders left to attack. All right, done. Let's view these. There's no leader. Oof. Man. Turn flank, but he skirmished. That gets me a -1. However, I get a +1. This is what momentum chips were made for. I'm going to re-roll. Oh, it's even worse. Aha! There we go. Disrupted the enemy's unit. It was captured because they had nowhere to go. They failed their morale check. Captured because they had nowhere to go. Failed his morale check. Captured because he had nowhere to go. The British have won a substantial victory because American morale has just fallen off a cliff. The American morale is completely demoralized and is fleeing before me. I have done what Burgoyne failed to do. Huzzah! Ah, all right. They didn't even have time to deal with this fight down here. I'm a little underwhelmed by the computers playing. Like, I understand it's a defensive thing for them, but the computer very clearly set up like it was going to do something, and then it just didn't. And in fact, it waited for me in like the least useful way possible. Um, that's a little frustrating. I don't like playing against someone who's just like obviously bad. But I got to play. That's what is. I haven't put this game on the board in probably years, and to be able to play it is a lot of fun. Now, what I would like to do is to do this again from the American side. My goal is to try and win this as the Americans, um, and see if the British AI does any better. Oh, actually, you know what? I should have given them their Mount Ludwig unit. All right. It's turn one. So, same deal that I mentioned before. Burgoyne's going to be coming across the roads to try to get me. I want to try and fight him near Freeman Farm, but it's one victory point. If I let him have it, it's not the end of the world. Um, what I want to be careful of is letting him sort of isolate any of my units and get them caught out by themselves. Gates's men are stuck unless he accidentally releases me. But Benedict Arnold's men can go fight whenever they want. Moderate fog, so there's no strategic moves for him. All right, there he goes off with his light units. It's got so many units to move. Sending more of his men. He's going to send Burgoyne down the river road. That's interesting. All right. Thank you, Fog, for slowing him down. Oh, clear skies. All right. He has the initiative, and he's going to get to move all of his people. Their full movement. That stinks, but all right. It's fine. We're going to adapt. We're going to overcome. Let's see. What's he doing? Oh, he is moving. Okay. Oh, he's sending chunks of guys. He's sending the flanking attack here. All right, he's going to send a big flanking attack. Who else has he got moving? Oh, he's got all those guys. Well, whoever designed that one river road hex where it just clips into the other one was evil. That's a naughty waste of movement. Okay. Oh boy. He's got the Germans coming this way. Well, at least the computer's moving troops. It's more than I can say for his defense of the American line. He's got his light troops on the move. Queen's Loyal Rangers. Wow, here comes Von Radiesel's own. Von Specht. Von Retz. The Chasseurs. What remains of the Prince Ludwig's guys. There's the artillery. And von Radiesel himself. The man didn't speak English. There's no defensive artillery fire. There's no one in range. All right. This is a great defensible spot here, and it blocks the road. My goal is to plop my guys here and slow down this flanking column. He's not sending people this way just yet, just a couple of them. So that buys me time. I'm going to abandon that little hill because it doesn't serve anybody. You come this way. You go with him. Arnold. You get out there. You're going to have to cover yourself in glory, mister. All right. You need to go there. You need to go there. Gates will take over at Arnold's old command. I'll just keep the Dragoons handy. So we'll keep the Dragoons handy. The 6th Massachusetts up there. The 5th Massachusetts is here. Hey, it's the 2nd Albany. There they are. How fun. Now my artillery is sort of stuck in place. I can't really do anything with them until they get attacked. I'm gonna bring Lincoln forward. If they're gonna attack anywhere, they'll attack across this bridge. 1st Massachusetts. Actually, I don't want to thin out my position anymore, and I already am. Yeah, for now I'm just gonna. All right, let's stick with that. Let's stick with that. My goal is to get as much more of Benedict Arnold. Arnold's run out ahead on his horse. Let's see. Oh, no rifle attacks. Let's see what the British do here. There's no close combats. I'm curious if they'll be so bold as to like just blunder right into me. And if that releases my guys, I might, look for an opportunity to get an auto win by pushing down the river road. All right, who's moving? Who's moving? Oh boy, here they come. Gosh, they made good time. Them having moderate fog and then clear skies on turn 2 just... that did not give me enough time to get my men set up the way I wanted. put him here. Now he's taking the roads to... Oh, gosh. The Grenadiers are going to be at Freeman's Farm before I know it. Oh. Maybe it's not worth trying to fight them at the farm. Maybe I pull back to the creek. No, that's Gates talking. Arnold is here for battle. Let's fight him in the woods. Oh, gosh, there's just all those Germans are concentrating on Freeman's Farm, though. This is horrifying. They need to get another song. Like, it's just Yankee Doodle over and over and over again. I feel like I'm stuck on the, like, it's a small revolution after all ride. Like, I'm just, ah! Oh, that was weird. All right. No attacks. No attacks. All right. The British are about to get more units. I have the initiative. All right. Yeah, gosh, that's as far as I can make it. That's not great. One, two, three, four, five, six. That's as far as he could make it. They're going to get to Freeman's Farm. There's nothing I can do to stop them. Best I can do is set up a new line, maybe here in the tree line, and try and get them to fight me on unfavorable terms for them. He won't move. I didn't think so. Okay. I was going to say, I didn't think he was allowed to do that. Nope, nope, nope. Okay. Okay, so I got Lincoln. Actually, I think I'm gonna sling. Yeah, Lincoln's gonna go there. I got Lincoln guarding the Mill Creek. If he wants to try and cross the ravine, it's gonna be even worse for him. So I'll take it. Although if he gets that far, I might pull back and let him like come in range of my artillery and just blast him. Like let him have it. I don't know. I gotta wait and see. Over here, though, I gotta get right with something because let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. They could make it to me. I think I'm gonna make my stand here on the hill. Make them have to attack me, and Arnold is gonna help. All right, I planted myself. I'm here. Come at me, Britain. Let's do this thing. Yeah. Here we go. Oh, no rifle attacks. Right, I keep forgetting I gotta click through all this. There's no combats. Oh, a whole bunch of British reinforcements have arrived. they pushed past me because of the fact that my zone of influence doesn't extend into the woods. Ah! All right, so Frazier's Rangers and who? The Grenadiers have gone by. All right, meaning they're bringing the Earl. Oh, they're not going to have them take part in the fight? Frazier's just going to bypass me, huh? Oh, they did it. They did the thing. They got too close. I'm technically free to move however I want. Which means I might send those Dragoons over the line. Go, go. Heck, I might even send Gates. Gates is garbage on the attack, but he's he's a decent defender. I might kick Gates across the line and make him go fight some Germans at Freeman's Farm. Ooh. All right, my biggest goal is to, of course, create uneven combats whenever possible. I don't want to fight the British man for man. I want to fight them in unfair fights like I did as the British. So now the question is, how do I take advantage of the fact that his units are kind of spread out? Like, Burgoyne's by himself up here. What the heck is he doing? I'll run across the creek and straight up capture him if I can. That's crazy. He's by himself. It's just him and the 21st Fusiliers? Like, okay. It's a bold strategy. We'll see if it pays off. I actually do have... guys in range. Nah, it didn't hit. None of my other artillery is in range of anything. However, I do have a rifle fire that can go. If I aim at Jessup's, I'll have a slightly better chance of hitting. But if I aim at the Earl and manage to, like, drive it off, I'm going to be really... Alright, no other attacks. I hit it. Alright, so I peppered him with some shots that causes morale to dip. Alright. Morgan's going to take the attack. The attacker's getting a -3 to his die roll before he even gets underway. His best bet is going to be attack on echelon. So positive numbers would benefit the attacker. I'm a demi leader, so I should make this work for me. Ew, no, that's only going to help him. All right, let's try flanking him. Oh, wow. Okay, so hold on. He rolled something he didn't like. He used his only momentum chip and still got a roll he didn't like. Even though his skirmishing beat my flanking move. My guy's morale. My defenders thing. Actually, they need to patch that. Because it specifically states in the game rules that Morgan's penalty for being a rifle unit doesn't apply if he's stacked with Dearborn. All right. Oh, so that Earl unit just got hurt hard. Roll is tied. British have won the initiative. Darn, I was really hoping to get to go. Because my guys are... Yeah. Oh, he's going to get a chance to set up attacks that are going to benefit him. Oh, I was really hoping I'd get to go. Yikes, this turn might hurt. Yeah, I could have pounced on Burgoyne by himself out there. Like, that's just so dumb. Oh, I could have had him. Well, I mean, he's coming forward. He wants to fight. Ah, I really, really wanted a chance to deploy my men better. All right, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? Oh, well. Wow, I have only 1,600 dropped frames over almost 2 hours of streaming. Thanks, OBS. That's way better than when I was getting like a 50% drop rate because I just had too many things going on in OBS at once. Defensive artillery fire. Yeah, we got some options here. Right there. Ah! It's a miss. I mean, I know he's one spot away, but come on. Nobody else that has artillery that's going to work. I got rifle attacks, though. Darn it. I'm struggling here. One attacking two. One attacking two. Wow, the only one he has that's going anything for him is the 3 versus 2. Okay. Let's have the 2nd New York take this one. Ah, jeez. All right. He gets his full range of options. I don't. He's getting a +2. Oh, gosh, I did like the dumbest thing I could have done. I forgot that he got his leader. I literally said it out loud. And then I put myself into a skirmish when he just came straight at the front door. Yeah, he out-tacticked me that time. Yep, step loss. That hurts. Ouch. Yeah, failed the morale check, so they're going to flee. I don't blame them. Ow. That was dumb. Alright, now I'm mad. The attacker's disrupted. He's got to peace out. I'm gonna commit my reserves. We both committed reserves. Both sides have to retreat. Okay, well, that's like a nothing burger for me. Pass the morale check, bigly. Pass the morale check. He's got to retreat. Burgoyne chose to retreat. Smart man. All right, how do I make this work for me now? Yeah, all right. The British Army morale is dropping, but I was hoping for more at this point. I wonder if I could get up there and smash the Prince Ludwig's by itself. Oh, Gates can get close. Gates can get so close. All right, I got American reinforcements streaming to the battle here, including some nice fast dragoons. Up here. This force is like kind of all small by itself. All right, all right. He's up to something with these guys. I think he might try and sneak across here somewhere. Let him try. I got men and cannon ready. Um. Okay, so now the question is, do I have these guys come back up for a potential like and try and just blast Frazier with an overwhelming attack, or do I focus on like pinning and breaking up this before the Germans can? They'd get back across the creek before the Germans can get to me. Or do I have Morgan's men go and try and basically capture or kill a unit here? Oh wait, I've got Arnold. Arnold doesn't need to be down here. Arnold should be taking part in this. Yes, yes, yes. Get him up there. Get him up there. Okay, good. I'm going to have them see if I can chase him down. Anything that's going to drop the British morale overall, I think, is a win for me. And I've created some uneven combats here that should work to my favor. All right, British artillery missed. British artillery missed. Thank goodness. I hit. It just causes a step loss. Oh, that's another morale hit. Oh, okay. See, this is good. This is good. This is good. I don't want to buy viewers. The whole point of doing this is to have community, not purchasing viewers. Get out of here with that bot. All right, I got that going. All right, so let's see. I got a 4-on-1 in my benefit, a 3-on-2 to my benefit, a 4-on-1 to my benefit. Let's see if look, British morale is starting to dip. Let's see if I can't push it over the edge. Up here is the issue. They've got a diversion, which means 12-on-4. Ha ha ha. I'm no math teacher, but 6 and 6 makes 12. 12-on-4 is 3-to-1. Twelve on 4 is 3-to-1. What am I missing? Why does it say 2-to-1? Unless it's what? Let's do this kind of basic and steady. We both did the same thing. I captured the unit. I captured the unit. Okay, hold on. I need to see the map to know who I should move. The 4th and Lincoln should go in. Oh my gosh. Okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Captured. Defender's choice. Unit was captured. Oh, wow. All right. These mismatched combats are great. This is absolutely great. This is absolutely great. Disrupted. I'll wish I was a little bit better than that. Oh, I got one momentum token. No, no, a disrupted result is just fine. What am I saying? It's more morale hits. Yeah, Prince Ludwig's got to retreat. I'll advance those guys. Now we resolve this attack. I feel like the 4th New York wants some payback for their buddy. So that was a wash. The defender has to retreat. You know what? I'll take that. I'll take that. That's just fine. This might trigger a cascade of other units having to fall back. Oh, but he passed his morale check. All right. Let's see who gets to go. Yes! Oh, that is fantastic news. That is fantastic news. All right, I think I'm going to disengage at Freeman's Farm. I'm not ready to face this doom stack of Germans. That's also, like, fantastic news for up here. Because I think I'm about to capture some... British artillery. I'm still trying to figure out how 12 on 4 is 2 to 1, not 3 to 1. I'm not crazy, right? Like, all right. I can't do anything else up there. So, down here. Here's the real dilemma. I pulled them back. Fraser's Rangers is in for a beating. The question is, do I try and go after other units too? Do I try and wrap up the British position here? I think I do. I think I go for it. I have gates come up here in case they do anything weird. That looks a lot better. I'm just going to take a little screenshot of that for myself. Got a nice envelopment here of... I mean, this, though, could be a problem. If this counterattack slams into my flanks, I'll be hurting. But right now, I got double his morale. My guys are feeling confident. We're feeling strong. And I got poor... Actually, wait a minute. Where the heck did, Oh, there's Burgoyne. I was like, where the heck did he go? He's up there. Right, that's the whole issue, is I got him pinned against the water. I want Burgoyne bad. I think I'm done. I don't think I have anything else to move. He also hasn't moved... He hasn't moved these guys at all. I think the AI needs a little work. I'm hoping that they spend some time on it and get some feedback, because they're not... Defensive artillery fire. Oh, it's a hit. No! That stinks. I really needed them for that attack. Thank goodness. Oof, good. I have no possible rifle attacks. Okay. Oh my gosh. Alright, so this combat down here is going to be a nightmare to sort out. This one up here is all pretty straightforward. Three to two, 2 to 1. Okay, good. All right, down here. What's the happen now? I think I'm gonna have them be diverted. Diversion. $13-1. I mean, that's ridiculous, but I have to do it. It's just utterly ridiculous. Okay. The good news is British morale is dropping, so these are on my side. There's no open flank, so I can't do a turn flank. Ugh, he stood fast. The defender result is a retreat. Ah, yes, because it didn't have a legal retreat because of zones of control, so here we go. There's 4 SPs in the hex. Advance nobody. Alright, that's good, that's good. 15th Massachusetts, you're going to lead the charge. I'm going to spend my momentum chip. I want to re-roll that. That's more like it. Can't retreat. It's captured. Oh, but the artillery passed the morale check. No! Those guns should be in my possession. Oh, that's awful. I mean, good for them for being so brave, but I really, really, really wanted to capture those guns. Oh, can't believe that. Boo. Ugh, that only hurts me. Unless he does something crazy like that. Captured one of his units. The Fusiliers was captured. Darn it, it passed its morale check. Wait, it couldn't retreat? What does that mean? Um. Uh-oh. I think we hit a bug. Wait a minute. It says the British must resolve the morale checks below. No, I think we're stuck. Look at all these captured units. I'm going to be marching back to prisons in Albany. You gotta be kidding me. I'm stuck. Ah. They're just letting themselves get stuck in order to avoid the crushing victory that was rightfully mine. That British morale. Look at it. Wait, this makes my finger disappear. Stop removing my finger. My software keeps taking my finger away. No, stop it. There. Oh, this is so dumb. I'm just going to edit all this out. That British morale is down to 5. If it dips any lower, it's going to be giving me huge, huge, huge morale benefits. Like, I got this game in the bag. Here's the good news. I'm going to send this log file to the powers that be, and hopefully they can debug whatever went wrong and fix it. But, man, it was going so good. All right, anyway, I'm going to stop there for the night. Although, well, hold on, let me just try, like, quitting and reloading it now. Let me try. All right, let me try loading it back in. Game prompt area. What does that mean? What does that mean? All right. It's not going to work. I'll just have to send the log file to the developers and see what they do. All right. I had a blast. I had a lot of fun. I really hope this game sells well because I would love for them to turn the rest of this series into this. There's this one, there's Monmouth Courthouse, there's Germantown, Pensacola, Savannah, the criminally underrated Newtown and Oriskany. I would love to be able to do this with the Oriskany battle. It's so good. And they continue to put these out. They just did White Plains. The one before that was Rhode Island. And which I own White Plains. I haven't even punched the tokens out yet. Like I love this series and I so rarely get to play it. So like even if I'm beating up on a computer opponent that falls flat on its face, I don't know. I'm having fun. All right. Have a happy night. Happy Wednesday. I hope you all have a wonderful time and see you next time.